Sorry.
No
Sorry
problem.
about that. I was waiting in there, and I was just chatting, and you were chatting, but you were chatting in Swedish, so I didn't know what he was saying. And then that girl there said, "Get on, get on!" And then I went to go on, and I saw your face, and your face was like, "Get off, get off!" So I didn't know whether to get on or get off. I was stuck in a limbo. I was just over there like that. I was actually weightless for a moment. I'd actually defied physics. Carry on.
Well, thank you. Kind of caught me off guard, but according to the introduction I did, you were born William, but does anyone call you William nowadays?
Hardly anyone. My old English teacher used to call me William when he was angry with me. "Stop using swear words in your poetry, William," he'd often say. I knew a lot of things that rhymed with sh. No, I'm not allowed to say that.
Do you know any Swedish words?
Mycket bra. Oh, wait a minute, I did know. Wait a minute. Who? Oh. Back to English again. Who's? Wait a minute, hold on. Thank you. He can throw his voice. He's like a ventriloquist. It looked as though he was whispering in my ear, but it sounded like it was over there. And it sounded like it was a young woman. It was amazing. Say it again. Hur mår du? That's about it, though. I'm picking it up. It's a difficult language for me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, in Sweden we have a special cadence. We talk like this.
Oh, but that's nice. I like it. I like to listen to it.
Thank you. And before we start, I have a special request on one of the questions.
Yeah.
And that was, who was your best friend at school?
Him.
Tobias?
He always brought me water. Every day. Where is my water? There it is. So, yeah. My best friend at school, I had a few best friends. One of them, whose name is also Billy, plays in B-Cake. And we went to school together. And I'm still playing in a band. Isn't that amazing? It's more amazing than that. So we went to school together. One of my memories of BJ, that's his name, his nickname, BJ Billy Johnson, is he had well, it was either he had or I had a digital watch. It was Billy. And we had this game that we'd play with people where we'd say, I'd say to BJ, he's going to think of a number. He'll tell you, and I'll be able to guess what the number is. And he would put that number on his digital watch, like if it was 24. And then he'd tell the person, and I would be able, I'd go as if I was trying to think of what the number was. Oh, and then I'd just glance at his digital watch. And I'd say it's 24. And we used to amaze people. It's quite amazing, isn't it? That's more amazing than that. Hey, BJ, I shouldn't have told them when we could have done that later on. He's not got a digital watch now, it wouldn't work.
Well, while we're into this amazing thing, I know that Dominic Monaghan has his own show.
Yeah.
The Wild Things, where he talks about animals, etc.
Yeah.
But I actually heard that you are an expert on the dung beetle.
I do know a lot about the dung beetle.
Yeah. Can you please tell us, what is a dung beetle?
Well, a dung beetle is a big beetle, very, very strong. It can push a huge amount of poo. And the thing is, a lot of countries that don't have cows, and then bring cows in, like New Zealand, bring them in without the dung beetle. And the dung beetle deals with all the poo from the cows and the horses. So if you're a country that doesn't have cows and horses and you bring them in, but you don't bother bringing in the dung beetle, your country will be covered in shit. Because the dung beetle, you need the dung beetle to deal with the poo. So the dung beetle will bury the poo. Say you've got a cow's poo. That will take about 3 months to go in your country. With a couple of dozen dung beetles, they'll get rid of that in a week. Take it down into the ground and it's gone. It's amazing. It's more amazing than that.
Yeah, and while we were talking about Dominic,
yeah.
I'm curious because I know that when you and Dominic were stuck up in Treebird while filming Lord of the Rings,
yeah.
you started working on a script about 2 boys who opens a scuba diving school in Miami. What is the status of that production?
Yeah, so this has been in production for about 15 years now. When me and Dom were filming Treebeard, it was in a room like this actually, except it was completely green. And Treebeard was, you know, as high as that ceiling there. And it was the biggest prop ever made for a film at that time. And me and Dom used to sit up in the branches. And when they first made it, they just put bicycle seats. And we would sit in these bicycle seats for, 10 hours a day. Which is, longer than you would sit on it if you're in the Tour de France. And they've got pedals to put their feet on. We had no pedals or anything. So it was really starting to hurt around, I don't know the Swedish for it, but all around the nether regions. And we said, we can't do this. We were supposed to be filming it for about 2 months. So they had to redesign Treebeard and put comfier seats for our bums and little pedals for our feet. Exactly. But we used to be up there and we'd come down and have tea, and tea break and all that. But it was a real hassle because they'd have to bring in ladders and we were hooked in for safety and all that. So end up, me and Dom said, don't bother bringing us down for tea, we'll just have our tea up there. So they used to bring us tea and a biscuit, a cookie, and we'd just sit up there. But everybody else would leave. So it was just me and Dom sitting in a tree in a big green room. And I think we went slightly mad, We only had each other to keep each other company. And Dom's already slightly unhinged. And I think he took me down with him. And one of the things we spoke about was doing a film. And we're still talking about it. The script has changed and a lot of things have changed since then. But we're adamant that we're going to either make a film or a TV show together. Yes!
Talking about acting, I mean, you're not only an actor, you're a musician as well, and you have the band BK. But from the beginning, were you an actor or a musician?
No, I mean, if we go back, first I was just a crawler. And then, from watching other people, I learned to stand, hobble, then start to walk, then I ran. I started eating solids. But maybe I've went too far back. I think they all sort of happened at the same time. I was in a band with BJ when I was 14, playing, Sex Pistols songs and things. Yeah, Johnny Rotten's in. And, but at that same time we were also doing some acting. We did a school play, or we were supposed to. We were doing, wasn't Peter? Robin Hood. And were you Maid Marian or something? Yeah, BJ was a butler. He was absolutely rotten. maybe one of the worst actors you've ever seen. So we were acting and playing music and writing poetry about, you know, since way back. So it's hard to say which one came first. They were all sort of happening at the same time, you know.
And, okay, well, and thank you for sharing the history of the acting of your band members. And this brings me back to the video Perfect Time.
Yeah.
Where you actually directed the video.
Yeah.
And all the band members played the parts.
Yeah.
How did you came up with that idea? I mean, after this story.
Well, I like the idea of when bands are in, because the thing, you know, the singer sort of always gets the sort of centre stage, you know, and especially if you're already an actor, people kind of push that. But I really like the idea that the band play all the parts, you know, and even old videos, always liked, you know, when Queen did a video and all the band who were in it or whoever. So yeah, I came up with this idea that it was about time travel and how things are meant to happen in the right space and time, and that if you change it, it's not always going to change for the better, you know, so it's better to just kind of, you know, kind of go with the flow in life. But within that, I wanted all the guys to play the parts, you know, and I think they were all brilliant. Has anyone seen the video? Perfect Time. They're great, aren't they? I like Paul dressed as an old woman. That was my favourite, maybe. Or maybe Rick falling off the ladder. I thought that was really funny. But if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's a video I directed it. It's amazing. More amazing than that. I like the people that are just standing. They're non-committal. They're like, oh, will I come in and sit down? I don't know. Is it going to be funny? Is he going to tell me stories about Ian McKellen that I don't know? They're waiting to see. Just standing there. A couple have come in and sat down. A couple have stood up and walked out. But they had diarrhea, so you can't blame them.
Well, before we enter the Ian McKellen questions, I had actually a special request question from one of the guys in the band. Can't tell you who. He said, how is it possible to remember an entire play, but not remember a song that you wrote?
That's from BG, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I will write a song and then we'll rehearse it, and then the next week I've forgotten it. The words, the chords, the tune, everything. But I can still say whole speeches of Shakespeare that I did 20 years ago. It's weird, isn't it? Don't know what that is.
Cool, and while we're talking about BK, I mean, you're going to play here.
We're playing a concert tonight, here. Look! Hold on. Wait. We're going to play a concert here. Hold on. There's mics and all that. Get rid of all that. I'm coming in. Hold.
Shall I take the mic?
Yeah, why not? I would have thrown it, but there's probably, you know, hurt someone. God, it's exhausting playing drums, isn't it? Is Paul in? Paul's the drummer of BK. Is Paul? I mean, how do you do that for an hour? Jeez. I'd also like to apologise to the technicians who probably set all that up, and I've just kicked it all out of, you know. Sorry about that. Look, Yeah, we're playing a concert. Look, there's a t-shirt. That was very nice of you. See that? You could have had that, and he was like, I don't like them. It's like if it had been a Clash t-shirt. Are you coming to a concert tonight? Are you? Have you got tickets? Well, you were very kind. I'm going to give you tickets. Are you coming? Right. How many people are you with? 4? Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. That, you know, that was because you were kind. I like kind people. There's not enough kindness in the world. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I mean? He could have kept that. Yeah, and he thought, I'll give that to someone else. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, indeed, and he got it better than you, like I would say.
That's what happens in life. That's what happens in life. Don't do a bad thing to someone just because you'll get a slight, you know,